This is a review for the Woman's One A Day Petites. This is a multivitamin, and its selling point is that it's petite, and therefore one assumes easier to swallow. It's made by Bayer. First of all, it says it's 50% smaller than the original Woman's One A Day. I don't have a Woman's One A Day to compare this with, but in order to make it smaller, you now have to take 2 pills. So although this is 180 tablets, it's, or 160, how much is it? 160 tablets. It's only an 80-day supply, so just keep that in mind when you're comparing the price. A lot of times they'll have, you know, actual pill size. This doesn't, and there's a reason for that. This is a Centrum Silver. It's just your basic standard Centrum. This is actually the Centrum smaller size. It's supposed to be smaller. You tell me if you can tell a difference, because I absolutely can't. This is the Woman's Day Petite. Now, as you can see, it actually is slightly smaller. To give you an idea, there's an aspirin. So the Woman's Petite is slightly smaller, slightly thinner than a regular vitamin. The Centrum Silver is about 3/4 of an inch, and the new Petite is a little over 1/2 an inch. It is still, however, thick. It's actually thicker here than the Centrum. So it's, as you're trying to swallow this, you still have this large center roundness, and it's still fairly long at over 1/2 an inch. Because here's your 1/2 an inch point, so you can see that it's over 1/2 an inch. And then I have to take 2. So I really don't see the point of buying this, of tracking it down, of paying, you know, the money, when I can just cut one of these in half. And if I cut this in half, I'm actually going to have a smaller pill. When they said petite, and I have a swallowing issue. I have trouble swallowing pills, and a lot of chewables are nasty. But when they said petite, I thought maybe at least no bigger than an aspirin. I was hoping even smaller than this. I just don't find this particularly petite. It's not, you know, as far as the daily values, yeah, I mean, you know, it's got your vitamin A, your D, your calcium, whatever, but the selling point of this, as far as I understand, is that it's small. And maybe compared to the horse pills that the One A Day usually is, maybe this is smaller. I don't know, because I don't take One A Day. But this is not a particularly petite pill. And therefore I think it just fails as far as, and you have to take 2 of them. So just cut one of these in half, and you know, it's fine.